Alright, you guys, I'm gonna make a quick video just on doing an oil change on my Trailblazer 2005. You see, I seriously need to get in here with my pressure washer and clean this thing off. Maybe that'll be done later on today, who knows. But when I do my oil change, what I like to do is I just like to open up the cap and pull up the dipstick. That way it gives it a little better flow on the oil when it rolls out the pan. So when you get that done, one of the other things I like to do is underneath it, when I get down here, there's a metal plate down here, a guard. You can see where the oil spout is right there itself. So I could technically just change the oil, get the filter out of here, you know, from there, from that little opening. But what I like to do is I like to loosen up the 4 bolts that are on this plate here. I got one here pretty much in all the corners, and then 2 in the back. Loosen them all up is what I do. I take 3 of them out and then just swing this over to the side, because the filter is up on the inside. It makes it a little easier to grab that filter and get it off. These bolts here and the oil on this one anyway are 13 millimeter. So I'm going to get started and loosen those up, move it over, and get ready to drain the oil. Alright, so I got the guard laying off to the side there with the 3 bolts sitting off to the side. So now I'm going to get my 13 millimeter, get it on the oil plug, and get that loosened up so the oil will drain out. Well, I put it kind of tight the last time. There it goes. Got my oil pan underneath. Get that taken off. Let the oil drain out. Once I get all the oil drained out, and I'll go ahead and reach up inside here in this area and get the filter out of there. For some people it's probably easier if you jack the vehicle up, but I usually do it just like this without jacking it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that drain out. I'll reach up and get the filter, and let's see if we can show you where the filter is, and I'll be right back on. Alright, so I got the plug back on. I got all the oil drained out. Now the oil filter is going to be up inside here. You see it right there with the little black round thing. So sometimes you can get it by hand, and sometimes you will actually need to use an oil wrench to get it off. So I'm going to stick my hand up there and see if I could turn it off without using the oil wrench. It's normally located towards the passenger side, or, you know, closer to the passenger side wheel of the motor. So I'm going to go ahead and get that off, and we'll be right back on again. Alright, so I got the old oil filter down. I did have to stick the wrench up there. It was a little bit tight. When you put them on, you don't want to use the wrench to tighten it up. You just want to do it hand tight. One of the things you want to do is, like I got my new one here, you want to make sure to dab your finger in the oil or something, run it around the seal all the way around it, so that way it'll be a little easier to get off next time. If you put it on dry, there's a good chance it'll be part of the car, become part of the car, and make it even harder for you to get it off when next time you have to change it. You want to put an oil pan under it when you take it off, because oil will come out of the filter. I usually loosen it up, just let the oil drain, finish unscrewing it, and pull it down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and stick the new one up there. I'm going to move that pan, wipe up the threads up on top with a rag, and get the new one put on. Alright, so I got the guard back up. Oil filter's all up in there. Got everything tightened back up. So now it just comes to putting the oil in. Got my funnel in there ready. Got my bottle of oil. Now, one of the things you want to make sure when you put oil back in is that you check the manufacturer's recommendation for the oil capacity on whatever size motor you have. So mine, it's a 4200 Vortec. So if I remember right, I think it was like 5 quarts that I put in here, or 5.7 quarts, something like 5.5. I'm gonna look it over again real quick in the booklet. I got it in the glove box just to make sure. You always want to make sure that you put the right amount of oil. You don't want to put too much, because if you put too much, then you're taking a chance of having leaks somewhere, because you got too much oil in there. It's got to come out somewhere. So I'm gonna get the oil put back in, and then what we're gonna do is go inside and reset the light. Okay, so when you're looking for your oil capacity, right now I got the booklet out. See, and this is why I was saying about 5 quarts, 5.5, what I thought. It's been I don't try to keep that stuff in my head when I'm doing the oil change. But see, I got a 4200 L6 is what this motor is. It actually takes 7 quarts of oil. So want to go ahead and make sure I get the right amount of oil in there. So I'm gonna have to put 7 quarts in. If you don't have the book with the capacities on it and specifications, one of the things you could do is you could go ahead and ask them at the auto parts store. Just let them know the size of your motor, and ask them what type of oil is best, size of the oil filter, and what capacity, how much oil it takes, and they can look it up in the computer and tell you that as well. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is start it up. The little oil light is still on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that turned off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn off the motor. I'm gonna turn the key to the on position, but I'm not gonna start it. I'm gonna just get it turned on, and I'm gonna pump the gas pedal 3 times within a 5-second window to get that light to turn off. So I'm gonna turn the key on. 1, 2, 3. The light's blinking, and it turned off. So now if I start it up, so now the oil light is off. So now I know next time when it comes on, I need to change the oil again. So I know a lot of people, this is an easy thing to do, changing the oil, but then I also know that there's a lot of people that might be doing it for the first time. That's why I figured I'd go ahead and make the video. If it helps somebody out, hey, that's what I'm looking to do. So thanks for watching.